Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews. Welcome back to another weekly entertainment news video here, which today we'll be talking about mostly like Spider-Man related stuff when it comes to live action Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 4 update. We've got casting news for How to Train Your Dragon, Terrifier 3 news, also another horror movie, which I'm giving you a heads up, I'm going to be trying so hard to contain my laughter when it comes to this, but just tons to go over. So you know what, without further ado, let's just get straight into it here. So as per usual, timestamps of everything will be in the description down below. Anything you're looking forward to hearing about more, anything that you're interested in, timestamps will be in the description down below, so you can skip ahead to something, go to something that's more interesting for you here in particular. So all of that will be in the description down below. And again, just like last week, as you can see, I'm a huge Lego head. I want to bring up one set that is going to be releasing soon. One that I'm really excited to get, one that I'm excited to get my hands on. It's going to be the Captain America Lego set here. As you can see right now, it's hard to see the scale and size of it, but this is the Lego Captain America Shield replica. It is going to be on sale for about $199 US dollars, Canadian dollars here, so around $200. It looks like it's going to be a complicated, frustrating build, but just overall the design just looks incredible. I really am excited to just build this. I know, like I said, it's going to be frustrating to build it. It's going to be a lot of repetitiveness, as you can see around the design of the shield. But for me, I'm really pumped to see this. I'm really excited to get my hands on that. So for you Lego heads out there, this one is available to pre-order. So definitely go ahead with that if you get the chance to. And also let me know your thoughts about the design and the look of it in the comment section down below here. And so the next story I wanted to discuss here and talk about is the trailer that got released this week. One casting I never thought I wanted, but we've got a John Cena, Jackie Chan team up movie called The Hidden Strike. The trailer, it doesn't look like, again, Oscar worthy or like the best movie that you'll see out there, but it just looks like such a fun movie. I mentioned this when we got the announcement of the Karate Kid and the Rush Hour 4. I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. I loved watching his movies growing up. He hasn't been in enough movies recently here, but just growing up, his movies were just so fun. He's a fantastic actor, and honestly, having John Cena and Jackie Chan, their chemistry together in this trailer looks so fun and entertaining. I'm definitely going to be checking this out. My expectations is going to be pretty low when it comes to storyline, but again, with Jackie Chan, he's going to be bringing that fight sequences, the kung fu. John Cena is going to bring that John Cena humor in there. So honestly, this looks like a fun movie. If you haven't seen the trailer, go ahead, check that out. And if you have, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts about this movie. You think you'll check it out or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now for the first news story of the week here. And I'm going to apologize in advance if I can't keep my composure for this. But last week I mentioned that they are going to be doing a Cinderella horror movie here. So this is coming from the same studio. And it's also coming from Bloody Disgusting here, the article mentioning that the Sleeping Beauty the Sleeping Beauty is also going to be turned into a horror movie. So another Disney character turned horror. And what even funnier is that it is from the same studio. So it's from the same studio. So again, coming from Bloody Disgusting here. So we broke the news last week that Cinderella is getting her own horror movie with the upcoming Cinderella's Curse. Bloody Disgusting has learned this week that the same production company is developing another horror spin-off on the classic children's tale. A horror retelling of Sleeping Beauty, the film Sleeping Beauty's Massacre, is on the way from Champ Dog Films, with shooting set to kick off this August in the UK. ITN Studios will be distributing the upcoming horror movie, which will be produced and directed by Louisa Warrener. James Ebony Thompson is writing it. Like this studio and this director really wants to butcher these Disney princesses here. And what's strange is that it's going to be both filming this year. Basically, the description of the movie is stating here, in the film, the beautiful Princess Talia is thrown to ruins after her father's mysterious death. She lives with Prince Edison, who she is in love with but can no longer marry since losing her status. Queen Velma wants the kingdom for herself and will use her dark powers and use of occult to take over at any means necessary. Velma casts Talia into a deep sleep to never wake till one day she does, and her web of lies starts to fall around her. A violent twist after twist with gory and graphic deaths will ensue. I'll be honest, as ridiculous as this sounds a lot better than the Cinderella one. This is either going to be like you love it or you hate it kind of scenario, and I'm honestly like, I'm at the point where I'm just gonna embrace it here. Like all these like live action remakes, all these Disney characters turned horror. At this point, it's just going with the flow, and like I said, this plot actually just sounds entertaining. So we're getting a live action horror movie for Cinderella. We're getting a live action horror movie for Sleeping Beauty. I just find it hilarious that it's the same studio, same director. So please let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. What your thoughts are about this, what you think of the plot. Let me know in the comment section down below for that one. Now for the next news story here, I recently announced on one of the weekly entertainment videos here is that we have got a live action remake of the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Now this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. We've actually got some casting updates in terms of this. So again, coming from Hollywood Reporter here saying How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, find its Hiccup and Astrid. The Black Phone star Mason Thames and The Last of Us actress Nico Parker will star in Dean DeBoe's live action directorial debut. Now, if you haven't seen The Black Phone, this character was phenomenal in that he really portrayed himself as a scared but intelligent child that got kidnapped, coming up with ways, listening to the previous victims from the past and how to like escape. He did really well in that, so I think this is a really great casting choice. Again, also when it comes to Astrid, Nico Parker's character here, she was briefly in The Last of Us, so in episode 1, that's where I've known her from. She did a really good job bouncing off Pedro Pascal as the daughter of Pedro Pascal in The Last of Us TV series. I think she did a fantastic job. So two great character choices that I think really will play off one another, will really do justice when it comes to the movie. However, I'll be completely honest, the casting for these characters isn't my worry when it comes to this particular movie. It's the how it looks when it comes to the dragons aspect. Now, the live action remakes when it comes to Disney side of things, there's some good, there's some bad. For example, like The Lion King, the like CGI, the animals and that kind of stuff just didn't come off that well. I haven't seen The Little Mermaid, but based on the reviews I've seen is that the underwater sequences didn't look that great. The CGI wasn't really that good. So that's my biggest fear when it comes to this particular movie. I really enjoyed the How to Train Your Dragon series movies. I think they're really fun, they're really entertaining, really family friendly. And so again, the casting choices I think is really perfect, but my hesitation is when it comes to how they're going to portray the dragons in live action and how it's going to look. I just hope it doesn't look too silly, too cartoonish, but I don't want it to have that too realistic looking of a dragon, if you know what I mean, if you've seen the movie set. So based on this casting choice here, based on the announcement that they have, I'm actually pretty pumped and excited for this live action remake. Again, I don't think it was necessary, but this is where we are at right now when it comes to Hollywood, is that everything is being made into live action. So at this point, it's just like the Disney princesses horror movies. You just got to like embrace it and just go with the flow at this point. But let me know your thoughts about the casting choices here in the comment section down below, and also what you think of it being turned into live action. Again, let me know in the comment section down below. Now for the next news story here, and one thing that I do want to see another movie for is the Terrifier 3. Now this is coming from the Deadline, confirming here that Terrifier 3, the details revealed for the bigger budget threequel after the second film's box office breakdown. So they have confirmed that the Terrifier 3 is in the works here, and they confirmed that the film is going to be released in late 2024, with filming beginning later on this year with a budget increase to the low mid 7 figures. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I still haven't seen the first one, but Terrifier 2 was just ridiculously gory, incredibly dramatic, and out of this world bonkers when it comes to like Art the Clown and the kills and the gore and the deaths in this movie. It just overall was incredible. Runtime was slightly longer and you could really feel it, but overall I thought the storyline and the movie in itself was incredible. It really caught me off guard because I did not know about Terrifier 2. I never heard about the movie or the original one at all. It wasn't until like late last year, everybody talking about this movie, everybody like discussing this movie, and the hype just going up and up when it comes to Terrifier 2. My wife watched it, recommended it to me because of the insanity that it is. I finally got a chance to watch it earlier this year, and I really cannot believe the stuff that was in this movie. That, like I said, the kills were just incredibly gory and ridiculous, but I had such a fun time with it. And when it comes to this, that bear in mind too that Terrifier 2, the budget was around $250,000, and the fact that this is going up to a low 7-figure sum, which really means that this is going to really step up when it comes to quality here. But when it comes to actual Terrifier 3, obviously plots are being kept under wrapped. But David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and Laura Levera, apologies if I butchered that name, are among the cast expected to return, along with a couple of like new casts which they haven't really like announced here. But filming is going to be starting later on this year, so we should start seeing more information, more details about this. Terrifier 3 coming out next year, most likely around the same time, September, October time, similar with Terrifier 2. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. If you've seen Terrifier 2, please let me know your thoughts about that again in the comment section down below here. Now, one news story it did catch me off guard here, and this again coming from the deadline, is that we've got Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani to star in Threads, an Insidious tale for Screen Gems. Moon Knight's Jeremy Slater is going to be directing it here. And basically, this is an Insidious tale, a new film in the Insidious universe from Scream Gems, Blumhouse, and James Wan Atomic Monster. So I'll read it out to you here. This is what they're coming from the deadline here, is that while Thread is the sixth installment in the Insidious horror franchise, examining everyday people caught up with demonic entities, it's an offshoot project. Rather than a continuation of the current series, the story here is that a husband and a wife, Nanjiani and Moore, who enlist the help of a spell to travel back in time such that they can prevent the death of their young daughter. The consequences, of course, prove to be severe. So for me, I was hooked based on the plot of that. Like, I really think that's a quality plot. Husband and wife going back in time, trying to save their daughter. The consequence of, obviously, time travel consequences been done so many times in so many different movies. But with this based on like the Insidious horror telling of this, I think this is going to be a really unique twist on like the impact, the butterfly effect of time travel here. And this, what caught me off guard was that the fact that it's part of the Insidious horror franchise movie, but it's not like a continuation, more of like an offshoot project. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but basically it's an offshoot branch project. Like, I'm thinking of Loki's branches, time branches, that kind of stuff. But this is basically like an offshoot project, part of the Insidious universe. I really like the look of this here. I really like the sound of that. I'm definitely going to be interested to hear more about this. You've got the director of Moon Knight being part of this here. So I think I enjoyed Moon Knight. I thought it was one of the better Disney Plus series, but with this is going more of like a horror element here. I'm curious to see his work with this. Wanted to bring that out there in case not many people have heard about this, but let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. You think it's going to be good? You think it's going to be bad? You will check it out? Again, let me know in the comment section down below for that one. Now for the next news story here is we've got a bit of detail coming in when it comes to the live action Moana movie here. Just to confirm, this is not going to be a horror movie. This is just going to be a straight live action remake. So Moana has not turned into a horror movie just yet. I say just yet with cautious, but this coming from the Hollywood Reporter is confirming here that Disney's live action Moana has tapped Hamilton Hamler's Thomas Kail as the director here. And we've got confirmation that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be returning to be playing Maui, but we've got confirmation that Alulu Carvalho, apologies if I butchered that name, she's not going to be returning to playing Moana. I mentioned this in one of the Weekly Entertainment News videos. So Hamilton's director has been tapped to take over directing duties for live action Moana. I'll be honest, I've not seen Hamilton. Based on like the research I've done when it comes to him as a director, he's mostly done musical productions. So I can't go in there seeing like if it's going to be good or if it's bad. I'm guessing when it comes to like the musical aspects, like The Shining, You're Welcome, How Far I'll Go, that will probably be really well designed and really well done since he's coming from like a musical background. So I'm curious to see how that's going to look in live action form. But when it comes to like the actual storytelling, it's a live action remake. You've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's most likely going to be like also being part of the project too when it comes to like producing and all that kind of stuff. But let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below, what your thoughts are about the director and how his take is going to be based on like his previous work in Moana. And also let me know your thoughts as well about the live action remake coming out. Again, let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. And this is just going to be major spoilers for Fast 10. So if you haven't seen the movie here, if you haven't seen the news or anything like that, this is major spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled about anything when it comes to like the Fast and Furious franchise, if you don't want to get spoiled when it comes to anything related to casting or anything like that, then just skip ahead to the next news story here. For those of you that are sticking around here, it was announced that The Rock was going to be appearing in the post-credit scene, and now we've got confirmation. This is coming from The Wrap, but also coming from The Rock himself. I'll post a little bit of the clip here.
Aloha from beautiful Hawaii. So I am 100% confirming to you guys around the world that yes, it is true. Hobbs is back. Hobbs is back in the Fast and Furious franchise. If you thought that The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin headlining 3 WrestleManias, if you thought that was earth-shattering, well, wait till you see what happens when Dante and Hobbs collide. In true Hobbs speak, Daddy's gotta go to work.
So it looks like he is going to be returning officially to the Fast and Furious franchise here. Very curious that he's going to be returning again. Like, I'm not going to bring up all the whole situation with DC, Black Adam, all that kind of stuff. But it is confirmation here that he's going to be starring in a Fast and Furious movie. It's not going to be a Hobbs and Shaw sequel, which is a shame because I really had a fun time with the Hobbs and Shaw movie. I really like that movie. But this is basically going to be sort of a bridge between Fast X and Fast 11. So I don't know, because if you're not aware that the Fast and Furious finale is going to be a trilogy of movies, so 3 movies here. So I don't know if this is going to be Fast X, then the Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie, then Fast 11, and that's going to close out the trilogy, or if it's going to be Fast X, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie, Fast 11, then Fast 12. Like, you think that the franchise is going to be ending soon, and then they just find a way to, like, just reel you in, extend it even more. But what's very strange is that this isn't a spin-off or a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw, to Hobbs and Shaw, the original movie, sorry. This is like a in-between movie between Fast X and Fast 11. I feel like that was the only way for The Rock to come back to the Fast Furious franchise, to bury the hatchet with Vin Diesel, was for him to get his own movie. However, I'm not sure what you could do with this movie in itself. Like, if it's a movie focusing on him, he's going to be the main character. Like, it's not a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw, so you're going to be introducing a new villain. You're going to where was he between these particular movies? Like, I'm not 100% sure here, and take this with a huge grain of salt. But there are rumors that Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds might be appearing in Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movie. Again, this isn't confirmation here. I've just seen rumors speculating about it, because with Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds, close friends of The Rock, so they could be appearing in it. But I don't think this is going to be completely necessary, especially if it's like the second thing that I was thinking, where it's the Fast X, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movie, Fast 11 and Fast 12, just extending it, prolonging this franchise here. So I really don't see the need for this, but who knows, it might be good, it might not be, but we'll see once we get more details about this. But let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. What your thoughts are about this, what your theories are about this as well. Please let me know in the comment section down below. And for the final news story here, is sort of a 3-parter Spider-Man news. Now, at the time of this recording, I'm going to be seeing the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie tonight, but by the time this comes out, I would have already seen it. I've most likely have posted a shorts about my quick thoughts about that. Somewhere, link will be somewhere around here. Basically, when it comes to the Spider-Man here, we've got confirmation. So this is coming from Amy Pascal and also coming from the Variety here, is that the Spider-Man producer has teased a live-action Miles Morales movie and a animated Spider-Woman film, and it's all happening here. So producer Amy Pascal says Spider-Woman and a live-action Miles Morales movie are in the works. You'll see all of it, she told me Tuesday at the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse premiere in LA. It's all happening. Producer Avri Arad teases that the moviegoers will see a Spider-Woman movie sooner than you expected. I cannot tell you yet, but it is coming. Which, honestly, I'm really happy about here. Like, they're doing some fantastic work when it comes to, like, animated works in terms of Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The animations look incredible. Now, you can talk about the Sony spin-off movies like Venom, Morbius, all that stuff completely separate, but animated movies they're doing really fantastic in. Curious to see what universe Miles Morales is going to be part of. I've seen people online wanting him to be part of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe, or if it's going to be in his own separate universe. I'm on the fence, to be honest with you. Like, I want Miles Morales to be in his own universe and all that world building that you can get with Miles, but based on like the Spider-Man video game, Spider-Man 2 footage that we've seen, it would be so nice to see a Peter Parker Spider-Man and a Miles Morales Spider-Man together in the same universe, working together, dealing with villains. That would be very unique. But I'm really excited and happy to know that we are getting finally a live action Miles Morales, especially also when it comes to like Andrew Garfield, that little sequence in No Way Home when you've got Jamie Foxx Electro and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man talking about like a black Spider-Man. I think that was like a really good way to build on that. That's why I think that he would work with an Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man world. But for me, I'm really pumped about this, really excited when it comes to like the Spider-Woman animated movie. I'm really pumped about this, curious to see which Spider-Woman they are going to go for, but I'm really happy about that. However, when it comes to like a little bit of bad news when it comes to Spider-Man, we've got updates for Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland and Amy Pascal confirmed here that the fourth Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Zendaya are still in the works, but the writer's strike has paused development. Are we going to make another movie? Of course we are, she said. We are in the process, but the writer's strike, nobody is working during the strike. We are all being supporters, and whenever they get themselves together, we'll all get started. And again, Tom Holland even confirmed here that I can say we've been having meetings. We've put the meetings on pause in solidarity with the writers. So we are getting a Spider-Man 4, which I'm really happy about, because I really want to see a more grounded Spider-Man, a more grounded Peter Parker. I just hope, because you've got Zendaya coming back, they're not just going to like throw away everything when it comes to the spell and all that kind of stuff. Have him just go for like a complete different route and not be with like Zendaya. That's just my opinion there, because I just think that the whole spell and everything like that would just kind of like be put on the back burner and kind of be meaningless, diminishing everything if he just goes back straight to like MJ, straight to Zendaya's character. But when it comes to like the plot, you have so much to work with, a rogue gallery of villains that you can work with. Maybe they can finally pay off the Scorpion post-credit scene in Spider-Man Homecoming, maybe have him as like one of the villains, maybe not the main villain, but lots to work with here. But the fact that it's being delayed here, I'm hoping that it's not delayed too long. We know that it was going to come out straight after Daredevil Born Again, the TV series. What happens in Daredevil was going to be leading up to Spider-Man 4. But with Spider-Man 4, I believe it was going to come out in 2025. But most likely with this delay, most likely it's going to be now 2026. But we'll see. We'll be getting updates here. And again, I'll keep you updated whenever we do get more information. But that about wraps it up for the weekly entertainment news video here. Tons of information, tons of details thrown at you here. I would love to get your thoughts on everything in the comment section down below. So let me know your thoughts about everything down there. And again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like button, hit that notification bell. I do these entertainment news videos every single week, so that way sub to the channel so you don't miss out on those. You're always in the loop when it comes to the entertainment news side of things here, and also Lego sets as well if you're a Lego head out there. And I have got a Twitter link in the description down below, so you can go ahead, follow me there if you're ever interested in whenever I do post, or if you're interested in my thoughts when a trailer comes out or movie news comes out. Post my thoughts about that on Twitter, so go ahead, follow me there if you have got that. Also keep an eye out on the channel. There is going to be some tier ranking videos coming very soon. I'm going to be tier ranking all the Spider-Man movies after watching the Spider-Verse movie here, so keep an eye out on the channel for that. There is going to be an in-depth video essay for the Ted Lasso series from season 1 to 3, so that's also coming to the channel here. Videos are going to be taking longer just because of the BS with work and everything like that, but definitely subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on that. But thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for listening. This is Black Here Reviews. Peace.